Yeah, I'm all ready.
Here we are with another episode of Talking Sports with the Legend. Tonight's guest is Jesse Balcer from Chestnut Hill College. He is the athletic director at the school.
Yes, thank you for doing this for me.
Absolutely, Steve. I love talking to you, buddy. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Where are you from?
I'm from Fox Chase, which is up out in the Northeast, kind of by Abington, right around Rawn and Varee. St.
Mhm.
Cecilia's was my parish. I grew up right around the corner from St. Cecilia's.
Where did he go to grade school, high school?
Where did you go?
To grade school, high
Where
school?
did you go to grade school, high school, and college?
All right. So this was in grade school. I went to a school in Elkins Park called Melrose Academy. And that when I was in sixth grade, the school closed. So then I ended up going to St. James, which is also in Elkins Park. And then for high school, I started at LaSalle and then transferred to Abington Friends, which is where I graduated from. And after Abington Friends, I went to Philadelphia College of Textile and Science, which was then changed to Philadelphia University and is now Jefferson University. So I graduated in 1997. I played basketball and baseball at Textile.
Wow.
What was your major?
My major was psychology, and
Mhm.
when I when I was going to school, I cared more about sports than what I was studying. And at the time at Textile, it was all like fashion design and interior design. And I didn't want to do any of that, so I went with psychology. But it would end up being good because it's helped me a lot in my profession.
What sports did you play as a kid?
So as a kid, I played everything, Steve. Fox Chase Rec was right around the corner from my house, and I used to, from the time I was allowed out by myself, so probably like I don't know when you allowed out, 6, 7 years old, till I was 15. I was in the morning, noon, and night at the rec. That's where you could find me in the summertime, and I would have my tennis racket. I'd have a soccer ball, a basketball, a football, and me and all my friends would literally play everything all day. We play tennis a little while, then we go play stickball up against the wall. We play soccer between the basketball courts.
Mhm.
Then we play basketball a little bit. We'd hop in the pool. So yeah, I had a great childhood growing up, and there was always something to play, and there was always a ton of people around.
Did did you always want to be an athletic director?
Now, you know what? That's a great question, Steve. But I wasn't even looking to become an athletic director. When I graduated, I was coaching and I was a juvenile probation officer. So I was working with kids that had mental health problems and sex offenders, and I did that for like 9 years, and I was just coaching part time. But then I got an opportunity to get a job on the campus at the school, which I had to take, and I had a really good boss. Her name was Lynn Tubman. She is now the athletic director at Muhlenberg College, or yeah, I think it's Muhlenberg College. I don't think they went university yet. And she just taught me a lot. And while I was coaching and I was her assistant athletic director. And so when she got a job and moved on, I applied and I became the athletic director. So it was kind of awesome because I love what I do, but it
Mhm.
wasn't even what I was thinking I was going to be doing as I was getting older and working and all.
What was your first coaching job?
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I when so I graduated in 1997. That year I coached Abington Friends High School. I was the varsity JV assistant coach.
Mhm.
And then in the fall, and then in the spring, rather, I coached Community College, CCP, Community College of Philadelphia. I coached the baseball team there. So I was doing both. And then the following year, I went to Lower Moreland High School and I became the head JV coach for the next 2, 3 years before I went to back to Philly U with Herb McGee
Mhm.
and then eventually at Chestnut Hill in 2003. Yeah,
How
but my
far
first, I'm sorry, say it again.
how far did you travel
How
for a
far?
game or tournament?
The farthest we did, we went out to California is the farthest I've gone for a tournament. And that was in 2012, I believe. I took my team out to Anaheim to play in a Division II tip-off classic. So that was really cool. For the most part, we're around this area in Connecticut, Jersey, New York,
Mhm.
Virginia, DC. But yeah, we've gone as far out as California, which was really cool. We went down to Florida a couple times too.
Did you guys ever make it to the big tournament?
Oh,
Mm.
we did not, Steve. My fourth year as a head coach, my fourth year as the head coach at Chestnut Hill College, I had all the Doherty boys on my team. Sean Bowling, Mike Devine, Isaac Greer. Now,
Isaac Greer.
Mhm.
Mike Devine was not a Doherty boy; he was a Ryan boy, but he was on my team. But we had I had Darian Graham. I had a bunch of Doherty guys on my team, and their senior year, we
Mhm.
made it to the championship. And in the championship game, Isaac Greer he's the all-time leading scorer at Chestnut Hill now. He has over 2,000 points.
Oh wow.
It's amazing. But he went to the foul line. We were in the championship at Villa Julie down in Maryland.
Mhm.
We were down by one with 1.6 seconds left. He gets fouled shooting, and he's a 90% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. They called timeout. He missed the second one. It went right back to him. He missed the buzzer beater, and we went into overtime, and then we lost by three in overtime.
Oh,
And it totally crushed me, man. I couldn't even get out of bed the next day, Steve. I was laying in bed like, oh my God. We were 1.6 seconds away from going to the big dance in my fourth year as a coach. It was tough.
did
And then we never got back.
didn't he originally go somewhere else as a freshman, like down south, not south, like Norfolk, down that way, or Virginia?
Isaac?
Yeah,
No, he came right to me
right
out of high
from.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I was recruiting him for Philly U as an assistant a little bit that year, but his grades were, he was like on the cusp of Division II, Division III because of his GPA.
Hmm.
And so when I got the Chestnut Hill job, I just turned everything over to D3. Much better,
Yes.
for what you need. It's better for like your grade. There's not as many restrictions, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
So
I
at,
do
at
know.
the
Yes.
at the D3 level, it was nothing. So we got him right in, and he started right with us and played
That's
four
great.
years. He was amazing, man. Great
Did
pickup.
you did you get to coach Mike McDonald?
I did get to coach Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald, I grew up around the corner from Mike McDonald.
Mhm.
Well, not right around the corner, but like a few blocks. It's like the northeast version of around the corner. But so I knew his whole family growing up. His dad plays the guitar at church.
Mhm.
I know his mom was a legendary high school basketball coach. And yeah, so I coached Mike his first year. And when you were in the hallways, if you looked on the way in, there's a team picture and Mike McDonald sitting there. He was on my first team.
That's funny.
Great kid.
What did
What
what
the
did you look for in a recruit?
Good kids. When I first got the job, there was a guy that coached at Holy Family, Danny. Help me out. Help me out, Big Steve. What was Danny's name? He was the head coach at Holy Family for a while.
got me on that one?
From the area.
Yeah.
It's gonna come to me. Great guy from the area. And when I first got the job, he had started. I think he started the program at Holy Family at the time. So he gave me a call to congratulate me, and he said, "Look, when you're recruiting, you really want to find good kids, good character kids that can do the schoolwork." And he said, if you try to just get transfers that are great basketball players, it's going to mess up everything and won't help your culture, and you'll have a hard time. So he really talked to me about building with good people, and then the wins will follow. And so I actually followed that to a T, and got lucky and got some kids that could really play as well as being good character kids.
Mhm.
And we got started on the right foot, and everything worked out really well because we ended up with a good program. It's killing me that I can't think of Danny's last name right now.
Steve, tell him who
And Matt McDonald, he coached me in soccer.
Matt
I know
started. Yeah, he started the
the ch-
program, Fox
the
Chase Champions.
champions, the
Yeah.
Fox Chase champions. I remember that when I remember that because I used to bring the way the teams were helping and did a little play day that day in the
Yes.
gym when we met. I came at the Fox Chase Rec with my team a couple times with Mr. McDonald to
Yeah, I
coach the
forgot to tell you.
champions.
I forgot to tell you, Steve. On Saturday, at Saturday we met him.
Mhm.
He told me that he came, and I said Stephen was too old for them at that point. He goes, I said now he does other stuff, but I said he loves going down. You went down there one time. Didn't you go down there to help as an adult?
No,
No,
not
you
yet.
never went down. Okay.
He's trying to get it done.
Yeah, Matt keeps trying to get him down there to help Stephen, help the little guys.
Steve, what he can't pay you enough or something? Why don't you go help him out?
Tell him, Steve, you're busy, man.
Yeah.
Saturday's a busy day for Stephen and whole his
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, he knew Steve. Now you're Steve the legend. He's not getting it ain't free.
Yeah.
Steve, who were you rooting for the other night when we played Holy Family?
I was in the.
He's gonna plead the fifth, huh?
Tell him,
That's all right.
Tell him
Saturday I was watching you guys.
he was
Saturday-
watching you Saturday. Yeah.
We played well. We lost. The women won. The men lost. But there was a good game.
How about the question Mommy said about people that he may have coached or
Yeah.
like did you ever coach or be an athletic director for anybody who turned out like really famous or big, whether it be sports or like he became a great lawyer or doctor or something like that?
Yeah, we have a lot of. I have a player of mine who is now an assistant coach on the Golden State Warriors. That's
There
pretty
you
cool.
go. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. In terms of like famous that like everyone in the world would know, I would say no, but a lot of very successful people. Dan Comas was he went overseas and played for a little bit, and then he also played against the Harlem Globetrotters. Dan Comas is a Catholic League guy. He played
Get
at
out of here.
Archbishop Wood. Yep, played
That's
at Archbishop Wood. I've had Mark D. Rogeris, who played over in Spain for a brief period of time. So we've had some professional players, but nobody that played like in the major leagues or that baseball has a couple guys that are playing in the minors, but nobody in the majors yet. But yeah, I'd say probably the coolest. The coolest is probably Noah Hightower, a kid I got from Easton, PA, and he started coaching at Lehigh out of college. He started coaching as an assistant there, and bounced around a little bit from Lehigh, and then he went out and started working with the Indiana Pacers a little as player development, and then he went out and got a job in the G League with the Golden State Warriors, and now he's a player development coach with the pro team.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, Steph Curry's team. That's
Yeah.
right.
Exactly, Steph Curry's team, and I've seen him on some videos, and I'm like, I can't believe Noah Hightower is with the Golden State Warriors now. It's amazing,
That's awesome, man.
really cool.
did you ever win a championship?
As a player or coach or athletic director.
Yep. So when I was in college, my freshman year, we won the championship and went to the NCAA tournament as a player. We had some really good players on that team. Ed Malloy, who is now an NBA ref, was on my team. Patrick
No way.
Chambers.
I knew I recognized that name when you said Ed Malloy. That's funny.
Yep. He's a ref now. He was a senior when I was a freshman. We had Patrick Chambers, who is now the head coach at Florida Gulf Coast. He was at Penn State for a number of years, and now he's at Florida Gulf Coast. And it was just a really great team. And we won the championship. We went to the NCAA tournament. We went all the way to the Elite Eight. So we got to travel down to Springfield, Massachusetts, and see.
Wow.
Yeah, and my coach, another pretty cool thing as a coach, assistant coach, my coach got inducted into the the Hall of Fame. And so I was he got inducted. His class was him and Dennis Rodman and Tara Vanderveer from the head coach of women at Stanford. So that was a pretty cool experience too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when he got inducted, he was still actively coaching at the time, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. He was the guy, and it's so funny. You hear all those people he's mentioning about coaches and stuff, and they were all, coached by one of the greatest coaches of all history of college basketball.
Exactly. It's pretty cool. We and then as an athletic director, we won 4 consecutive men's lacrosse championships.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said in all sports, and then you never know when you're athletic director.
In 2018, the men's tennis team, 2017 actually, men's tennis won the championship, and then I believe it was 2019 till 2022, we won four straight men's lacrosse championships.
Oh, that's awesome.
What year did you start being the athletic director?
2018. I was the head coach from 2003 to 2019, well, 2020, but in 2018, I became the athletic director as well. And I did both. I was the athletic director and coaching the basketball team. We did not have a great season. They wanted to fire me. I asked for one more. No, it wasn't. What actually happened was when they made me the coach. I mean, when they made me the athletic director in 2018, Sister Carol asked. She wanted me to step down, and I asked if I could do it both for 1 year. So she said, all right, I'll let you try it. So I did it the 1 year. Well, the following year, my son was going to be a freshman at Chestnut Hill, and he was coming to play on the team. So I was like, come on, one more year so I could coach my son. But after that second year, it was really hard to do both because I'm really trying to build the whole program, make sure all the teams feel like they're included. And even though I was always trying to make sure everyone felt like they were just as important as the next team, it's the natural thing for everyone to be like, oh, all he cares about is basketball. And I didn't like that. And I also didn't like that we weren't winning that much with me as the coach that late because I just had too much going on. And so it was the best move ever to fire myself, Steve.
I was going to say,
You know,
did you have a nice hard talk with yourself?
I did. I did. I did. It was good though, but it ended up being great because I coached my last game on February 28th, and I think it was like March 11th, is when the pandemic shut everything down.
Mhm.
So then the next coach that I had hired, he was the one that had to do, the Zoom meetings all through the year, and we ended up not having a basketball season that year. So I really had a whole entire calendar year to like get over the fact that I wasn't coaching anymore by the time it started back up, which made it a little easier.
If you could have dinner with three,
Personalities.
if you could have dinner with three personalities, who'd they be and why?
Oh, that is an unbelievable question. So I am a huge music fan. And I used to, when I was in college, I was really into rap, and my favorite rapper was Biggie Small.
Oh,
And I think if I could sit and have a conversation with him and just kind of talk to him about growing up and all the stuff that he had been through, that would be a pretty cool one. Uh, I probably would love to sit down with LeBron James as the GOAT of basketball. I know there's probably so many people my age that think Jordan is and think I'm crazy, but I know there's something about LeBron James that I really appreciate. I appreciate the way that he kind of keeps his nose clean and goes about his business. I think the only thing that could change my mind is if I find out that he's using some performance enhancing drugs. But other than that, I mean that's an unbelievable athlete. And then I guess let's see, who would the third personality be? Probably, I think my favorite Sixer of all time would probably be the last person I would want to sit down with. That's Allen Iverson.
no.
I was an Allen Iverson fan. When he got drafted by the Sixers, this is probably not a great story, but it's a kind of funny story. My daughter Isabella, who is now 28, she was born in '97, and that was Iverson's rookie year. And so my daughter was 3 months old, and Halloween came around. But I had an 18 game plan, and it was Allen Iverson's first game at the Wells Fargo versus Ray Allen in his first game in the NBA. So I have a picture holding my 3 month old daughter, but I never took her out for. We didn't go out for Halloween that night because I was busy watching Allen Iverson.
That's not a bad story. That's a sensible story. She wouldn't remember anyway. Three
I know
months
that's what I
old.
tell myself, but to this day I'm still like, dag on. That was
That's all
messed up.
right. Yep.
Yep.
Steven don't miss nothing, man. He passed up on seeing his goddaughter and his first niece sing at the Temple
Temple
football game. He had a soccer game for Holy Family,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Come on!" Even the assistant coach said, "Don't." One of the other assistant coaches said, "Come on, you can go, Steve." And then he's like, "Nope, I ain't missing." I said, "Man," I said, "If I die, I hope my funeral's not on a Saturday and I'm in the
Yeah,
fall."
you bet. Or, yeah, at least Holy Family Soccer's not playing.
My wife will have to design it around his schedule.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love the dedication now.
Oh yes, he's Mr. Dedication.
Mhm.
Any
Yeah.
other questions you got for Jesse? No? What else you got to say to him?
Thank you for doing it, man. And
Thanks for letting us come out to visit you that day when you had that fun day at your school. It was a great experience and a great time. First time I was ever at Chestnut Hill College. First time.
Absolutely. It was an honor. It was an honor to be on your show, Steve.
Mhm.
I'm excited about that. And it was really nice talking to you. And I'm glad I met you guys.
Yep.
you
Now I told him.
you
Now I told him he's got to
I
do.
want to know what year they started with the boys.
Oh yeah. What year did they go co-ed at Chestnut
Two,
Hill?
2003.
2003.
2003 is when we went co-ed. Yeah.
Didn't I say that? Mike
Mhm.
McDonald was on that team.
First team,
Yes,
yeah.
because my son Andrew graduated in 89. He graduated in 07.
Yeah, because I graduated in '08.
Right. And Mike was a freshman that year that he was Mike was a senior when he was a freshman.
Yeah,
So me
it's
and Stephen were going to the games because of his school went to Doherty and when Stephen was 14. So it was like perfect timing. His brother's a couple years younger than him, so by the time Stephen's
1 year. Well,
16, by the time Stephen's at 15, his brother's coming in like as a freshman. So we would go to.
he started before I did.
He started before you did. No, you were 14 when you started at Doherty. Yeah.
But Kyle
And it was great. It was great. He was assistant coach at the girls JV basketball team.
Yeah, manager for the
Girls
soccer and also manager for the girls varsity basketball team for 1 year.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he
You
always
learned
wanted
a
to get
lot.
involved. Yes, he did. That was his beginning of his coaching career, starting at when he was working at when he was going to school at Colonel Doherty. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's
Wasn't it,
awesome.
Steve?
Yes.
Yep. So thank you
That's
so
awesome.
much,
Thank you,
Jesse.
man.
Yeah,
And
and I appreciate you guys. It was great meeting you. And make sure, yeah, we definitely want to try to have you guys up again.
and we're definitely gonna get to Andrew next for our interview.
Yeah.
But I told Stephen, I said now he's got to do the Holy Family athletic director. He's known him
Yeah,
for a
you
couple
got
of
give
years
Tim
now. That's it now.
Yeah.
give Tim a
Thank you.
call. Tell him
Yep.
tell him I sent you.
Thank you so much.
That's
man.
awesome.
Thank you, Jesse.
Have a great.
Thank you, Steve. See you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.